Good morning, guys. It is 6:46 a.m. and we are on our way to ancient city of Pompeii for the day. We're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna see a lot. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of factoids. But yeah, Pompeii. You wanna go to Pompeii?
Okay.
All right.
Now we're just talking about what kind of sweets they might have. Volcano cake.
Volcano cake. Donut temple.
Sandal pastries.
Sandal pastry. What? Donut cake, sandal pastries, lava cookies. Come with us today and journey to the ancient city of Pompeii. It's gonna be fun. All right, guys, it is now 7:40 and we just got to the Sorrento train bus station deal, and our bus to Pompeii leaves in 10 minutes. So we are making amazing time. All right, we made it to Pompeii Scavi train station. Scavi, I don't know. But we're gonna find Pompeii now, and we're about to see some history. Ready to learn?
Yeah.
You're going to school today?
Cities.
You're gonna learn, right? Are you excited to learn about ancient history? Did I mention they grow the biggest lemons ever in Italy? You will not expect this to be this big. Have you ever seen a lemon this big? This lemon wears a size 7 and an 8th New Era cap. Brings a new meaning to lemon head. Excited? I'm gonna learn a lot today.
School.
Unschooling. Let the unschooling begin. Ha ha ha, welcome to Pompeii. Not perfectly, but they uncovered it. So this area, Marina, I believe, the front of Pompeii, the water used to actually come up all the way to the front of Pompeii. I'll try to zoom in to show you guys. There's these little nodules over here where people used to tie up their boats because the water came all the way up. Pompeii was built around 500 to 800 BC. Crazy. I don't know if you guys can see them over there. They're kind of in the shade. On the right side of that tall tree right there, you can see where they would tie up boats. Check it out, Luna. These are the two main gates to get into Pompeii. This is the main one. At night, they would close this one and then only use this one for better security. So nice. This is the main gate of Pompeii. Look at the stone ground. Definitely cannot skate this. This is a crosswalk.
This is a crosswalk?
Yes, that's what the stones are for.
Guys, this is an ancient crosswalk. I'm amazed that it actually has stones peeking out of the ground. That doesn't happen in America.
They put them here, you genius. It's the original zebra crossing. Look, this is plumbing, drainage.
I'm an ancient poo-poo.
I was gonna say, it looks like a gutter.
It is a gutter. Check out the construction of the wall. You can see these little bits of pottery in the road to help fill in the gaps. Ancient recycling.
That's a crosswalk.
Whoa, 3 stones means this is a busy road that you could go both ways on, huh?
Now that's how you cross the sidewalk in Pompeii.
So these 3 stones back here in the road indicate that this was a thoroughfare, meaning you could go both ways and it was a really busy road. 1 stone meant it was one way and 2 stones meant it was a regular road that you can go both ways, but they also served an additional purpose because they flooded the streets every day to clean them out, and these elevated stones were kind of like a crosswalk that allowed people to cross the road without getting their sandals wet. Ingenious.
Lead was used mainly in buildings for water collecting, basins, and conduit. Broken or misused metal objects were often recast and reused. Iron oxide with cinnabar and red lead made of the Pompeii red used widely in the city.
I don't know if you guys can see it in the background over there because that's Mount Vesuvius. You can see it from the piazza here.
Part of the man, and then this part of the horse. Okay guys, I have ancient dirt in my sandals.
Have enough ancient jokes? You can't carbon date stone.
I think this is a bone.
I think it might just be a rock, dude. Did you just make an archaeological discovery?
Nose.
It's a big nose. Quit playing in that ancient dirt. Check that out, guys. That is the Basilica. And all of these columns around here that you see, they were actually a work in progress being built. And you can see the construction. They're actually bricks. And then they put powdered marble over the top, stucco, to make them look like marble. Just a cost-saving technique out here in ancient Pompeii, just trying to save a few bucks. So look at the stones laid in a flower pattern to create these columns. Really awesome. These are unfinished. This is what the column actually looks like when it's done. And you can look up here and these ones are either not done or wearing away. And you can see the raw bricks exposed. But the resulting product is pretty clean. To say it's hot would be an understatement. One thing is for sure, there is not a lot of shade out here. I'm not sure if this is drinkable. I kind of think it should be. Why would it be here if it wasn't drinkable? But this is definitely an ancient water fountain with a modern hookup built into it. Appreciate that. Right now, we're on the main street of Pompeii, Via Abbondanza. This was a main street, had all kinds of shops and stuff, and there was 40 bakeries, 30 brothels, and over 130 hotels and restaurants. Basically, Pompeii was popping. Those 3 stones over there at the end of the street were barriers to stop chariots from entering into the forum. Looks like we got another crosswalk over here. Where we going, Luna?
We're going to a place where all the cool pottery lives at.
Behind me, you guys can see a plaster cast of a citizen from Pompeii that died when Vesuvius erupted. The way that they actually made these was that during excavation, they would find pockets in the dig. And I'm sure they ruined a few of them before they realized, oh, hey, that's a leg, that's an arm, that's a head, that's a person's body, as it was in chunks on the ground of debris. And that's how we have the molds, because the bodies decomposed while they were covered up with hardened lava, ash, whatever. Amazing. Crazy. If you're enough to come to Pompeii like we did during the summer and it's this hot, just be ready for it. I recommend coming as early as possible. Just be the first one in. Sunglasses, sunblock, head protection, plenty of water. Like, I can feel 2 to 3 drops of sweat every second.
We're gonna go check out the public toilet.
The ancient public toilet.
Ancient public toilet.
Now you're gonna get some real ancient poop.
That was a public toilet?
Yep.
Did you know how to make toilets?
Public toilets, and then the water would flow always all the way around the edges to the exit. And hang your butt off the edge sideways, you don't straddle it. If you guys have been paying attention, you should know what these things are called and what their purpose is. Comment down below. Let's see if you were paying attention. What are these for? This is pretty modern for an ancient cafe. Wow, it looks like they built this into an existing structure. Pretty cool. This right behind me, this marble countertop, this was a fast food spot because apparently most ancient Romans didn't cook food for themselves at home. And when you lived in a boss city like Pompeii, why would you? Ancient fast food. This is the main road from east to west, and this is the main road from north to south. So I guess we're kind of like in the middle of Pompeii right now. If you notice, the stones in the road are always spaced exactly the same distance apart. That's because Roman chariots had a traditional axle size. It was always the same. It would fit there, there, there. These stones that are in the road that are sticking out right here and over there, and you can see them all down the road. Those stones are actually there to mark the property line of the shop owners here because their property didn't stop at the sidewalk. It stopped at those stones. Very important property lines. So this is another fast food area over here, and these holes in the marble countertop would be where they kept the food at. Hot food in wooden pots with lids to keep the rats out of Caesar's leftovers.
You got your vegetables, you got your rice, you got soup.
So this is the fast food area, the front view. There's a bunch of them, but look at this intricate work right here. This groove down here on the bottom front was clearly for the shop door. And I think you could make out some notches out here in the sidewalk, like this one or that one, and those were likely used to hold posts that held up the awning. Wild to think that I'm walking on a road made of stones that was built 500 years before Jesus was supposedly born. That's insane. Don't give me no flack about supposedly. You guys know I'm not religious. Details for you, YouTube. Little close-up of the hole in the sidewalk that they would use to hold the posts to shade the sidewalk. Imagine this whole area where Rosa and Luna are walking had a shade covering. Wouldn't that be nice?
A door.
Oh wow, there is a door. It obviously didn't have glass before. Maybe wood. I don't know if you guys can see this because it's like light and dark, but this is the house of the tragic poet. You can't go in here, but look at this mosaic on the floor. You can just see it goes on and on and on. There's a dog or a wolf right here. All little tiles. It's amazing. We're exploring ancient ruins. Look at these tiles. Pretty sure we're not supposed to be here, but that sign that may have said that fell down, so. guess is this is a toilet. Come on, let's walk out of here before we get in trouble. Look at, can you find the toilet? Maybe it's for holding food. What's up here? What do you think this was? Baths maybe? Little pools? We're just exploring. Ancient butterflies. So this arch behind me is in the main intersection of Pompeii. It actually frames Vesuvius quite nicely, which I'm sure was not an accident, but it had a very important purpose for the citizens of Pompeii. This was a water well, so water would flow from high up into the mountains from the regular sources and would be stored in the arch in a hidden water tank above. And that was amazing because the water that came in naturally didn't provide enough water pressure for the citizens. So this was a great way to create localized water pressure for the citizens that lived right near around this arch. Ingenious water system they got here. Welcome to the Casa del Fauno. So we're currently in the Casa del Fauno, and this was an estate of the richest family that lived in Pompeii. It has over 40 rooms. It occupies 20,000 square feet, which is an entire city block. Ancient big ballin'.
This is where kids could play chess.
In front of me, right down here, this tiled area represent the homeowner's office. This is where they were getting money at. And that's why it's so amazing with a nice tile. You're not allowed to go in there, but I see something else that a skateboarder might appreciate. So I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You need to comment down below if you feel me, but check this out. Remind you of a logo, anybody? Don't do it, maybe? How beautiful this road or pathway was with all these different color tile packed in. So this mural or mosaic is the Battle of Alexandria, but don't worry, because this is a reproduction and the real one's in the museum in Naples. We got some more of these blocks. What are these ones for, guys? Why are they important? Walk on the shady side of the street, mija. You know what that's from? It's from John Leguizamo's stand-up. He said that his grandpa, when he knew he wanted to make it in acting, always would tell him to walk on the shady side of the street.
Keep his skin white.
Keep his skin light. Right here you guys can see original, authentic lead pipes. The city actually had 3 irrigation systems. One for the wealthy, one for the bathhouses, and then one for the public drinking fountains. And they actually had a 3-tier priority system. So when there was a water shortage, the first to get cut off would be the bathhouses. Next to get cut off would be the private residents. And the third and last one to get cut off would be the public waterways. You might have to take the crosswalk, I don't know. I believe we're going into a house right now. Look at the red pigment. This was classic Pompeii pigment made from iron oxide, ground up and put into the pigment.
This can't perfectly be in this great condition since a volcano came down.
Right, so you think that's a reproduction?
Yeah.
That would be my guess as well.
A few moments later.
That thing is actually an original.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can see the catalog.
Wow, it's still really good condition.
Yeah, how did it not get like perfectly broke down from lava?
Everyone is original. Just the roof is restored.
All original. Wow. So the roof actually was destroyed and then they rebuilt it. Wow. Wow, Puffy got art like that. Behind me in this room, this is the most well-preserved fresco in all of Pompeii. I believe this is number 8 on the tour. It's kind of like down an alleyway, but the stone here on the bottom coloring, it was not originally red, but after the heat from the eruption, it turned it red. So it was originally maybe yellow or something, but you can see by all of the colors, they were definitely balling out here to have that many different colors. And this specific style is a third style of painting the pictures that they do in Pompeii. You can see they made fake windows to make it look more spacious. Pretty nice.
He said in this little hole was a little statue of the god which was protecting the house.
Really?
That the god is put in the museum because
They wanted to preserve it, right?
Well, it's not that they wanted to preserve it. It's that a lot of people tried to steal it.
Oh,
Everyone.
so they're protecting it.
Yeah, so they're protecting it in the museum.
In Roman time, there was no different room from bathroom and kitchen. They had everything inside the same room. So here you can see where they cook. Okay. And above, the bathroom.
Oh my god. Ew. cool.
Cooking over there, bathroom in the back. So this skylight was not just for light for the living area. Rainwater would actually come down into this area, pool up and collect, drain into that hole, and then be stored over here in this tank. And that's where they would get their water for living. This is actually a pretty spacious bedroom. It's about twice the size of a New York City apartment. So that was number 8. It's called Prince Pachi. I don't know. It's my favorite stop so far. It's the best and most well-preserved fresco in all of Pompeii. I think this is exposed pipes, exposed plumbing. Check out this plumbing right here. They got rain gutters. That's so amazing. Look at all this plumbing, guys. The pipes are joined together. This is amazing. Mad plumbing. Right here behind me is an ancient fountain, public drinking fountain, and you can see it has the head of a bull. A little zoom up, right? That was important, and you'll never see any two fountains in Pompeii with the same decoration because the streets didn't have names back in the day like they do now. All the tourists would get lost if they didn't. So you would say, meet me at sunset at the bull fountain. If you can see this impression on the rock right here, this is from people placing their right hand on the rock and then leaning over to get a drink of water. So this rock was actually eroded by ancient Pompeians. Oh man, so thirsty. Oh, water fountain. Great. Ancient water tastes the best. On our way to an ancient Pompeian bakery. It's around here somewhere. Found it. Ancient bakery. Oh wow. Whoa. Check out the bakery. Oh, wow. Were these ovens? Kilns?
No, I think I found the kiln over there.
Welcome to the bakery of Pompeii, guys. These cylinders that are curved right here, these are actually ancient flour mills. So they would put the grain at the top and then they had posts that went into the little holes and they actually would tie donkeys or mules to them and they would go around in a circle right here, would spin the top piece and grind the flour. Again, mind blown. It's like an industrialized mortar and pestle. This is so cool. It's like a giant coffee grinder, like a burr style coffee grinder. Wow, I wonder if they were grinding coffee too. I bet you they were grinding coffee too. Just like you said, Luna, this is the brick oven and they would make bread in there.
I thought it was pizza.
You were very close. It looks just like a pizza oven, huh? This is the brick oven where they would make not bricks, but bread. So this is the inside of the brick oven. Shout out to all my backyard pizzanistas. Does your brick oven got a Duomo like that? I don't think so. Interesting little factoid. When they discovered this and dug it out, there was 81 focaccia bread in the oven. Homeboy was busy. This is a one chariot road. You could see the grooves in the ground from the chariots. These chariot grooves were made 500 years before Jesus was born. And again, this road is just for pedestrians. I thought so. No, not for pedestrians. My bad. If it was just for pedestrians, it would have the beaver tooth blocking it. But the fact that this has one stone in the middle means this was a one-way street, and I'm guessing you didn't go that way because that's uphill. Most likely this way, downhill. In case you didn't know, Pompeii is ridiculously hot, especially in the summer, but thankfully they have a ton of these water fountains that are drinkable. They're like on every intersection, so thank you whoever runs Pompeii for keeping these going because you saved my life. Check out the water drainage. What I've begun to notice is that a lot of Pompeii is mostly just like individual dwellings, meaning they're almost all exactly the same. They're not very well preserved. You got some walls, no frescoes, obviously no roofs, but a lot of them are just exactly the same, and then there's a tavern on each block or there's a bakery on each block, but a lot of it is very similar, so you don't have to stop and check out every single thing.
I thought that was a fast food restaurant, but it's actually a bakery because I see the flour grinder.
Grinders, why do you think so? Come show me.
I thought that everything with the tabletops like this would be a fast food restaurant.
Maybe it was like a place where they did business. Maybe they sold bread here.
Yeah, I realized I saw a flour grinder. Yeah, I think this is a bakery.
Right? And what's really cool, here's the flour grinder taken apart. Here's the bottom part that we couldn't see, and that's the top part that goes on top. And the action between these two things spinning on each other is what actually grinds the flour. This is just the joint that holds them together, I guess. This is the top part that would spin, and this is literally the burr, which looks like it's made out of pumice stone, lava rock, and the flour would fall down to here, and they likely had some kind of vessel to catch the flour powder.
Yeah, they probably had to clean it once a week.
These pots were for holding liquids. So this is like a more advanced bakery. It looks like they actually sell stuff here too. And they got a double layer brick oven. Wow. That's the top oven. And then this is the under the oven? Yeah, maybe that's where the fire was that warmed the oven. Wow. Currently on our way to the brothel to check that out. So if your kids are watching and you don't want them to see those possibly suggestive images, don't let them see them. Fast forward, check it out yourself first. I'm gonna go look at them and film it for you guys. And if it's okay, then I'm gonna bring Luna in and show her. But I don't know what to expect personally, so I just wanna check it out first. Onward to the brothel. You can tell by those grooves in the front of these that these were not apartments. These were either storages or storefronts. All right, guys, cover your children's eyes going into the brothel.
Oh, there's
look at it. He knows the spot. Okay. That one's bigger. I'm guessing these are not reproductions because it says no flash. So here's the verdict. There is some very graphic depictions in the frescoes showing different positions. We'll just say positions. And if your kids are not educated about that kind of stuff at all, you probably don't want them to see those frescoes. And that is actually the only thing that you're gonna see in there. They're up high up, like it's a menu. And then there's some small beds. They're very uncomfortable looking, but I guess they weren't really meant for sleeping, so. Well, no, it was just a wrestling room. It showed people wrestling. Does that sound interesting? No? Okay, let's move on. Wow, can you imagine playing music here? What do you think the acoustics are like? Probably pretty good.
We could test it when we go in there.
Welcome to the Teatre de Piccolo, the small theater. Can you sing anything for us?
Yeah. Can you sing?
No, gotta try it.
Your father can sing. Okay.
Maybe. So I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this on the microphone, but I'm gonna try. So, hello, hello. So I don't know if you guys could hear that on the camera. I tried to put the microphone where my ears were and also a little bit in front of me, so we got a little bit of difference. I really don't know if the microphone's capable of picking that up, but I promise you, there was magic. Like as soon as you stood in that spot, you had this perfect resonance. It was so dope. Hey, a much bigger theater. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello? Let's do the highest note.
Grazie, grazie. Oh, that makes sense, the stage, huh? Wow, my legs. Okay, hit it. Oh. All right, behind me is the main theater. It's not the amphitheater, but this is the main theater, much bigger than the small theater. It's actually built in the Greek style, which means it was built into a hillside, and that's because it actually used to be a Greek theater before it became Pompeii. Now, you might notice there's a bunch of different levels of seating. It seated 5,000 people. The bottom here had wooden tables for 2. That was the most expensive seats, I believe. Then here was the general seating, and then up there was the nosebleeds. Like, you could barely see the theater right here up in the nosebleeds, and in the very top they had basically the VIP box seating for special guests. Amazing. Get ready to see the amphitheater or the gladiator arena, whatever you want to call it, because that's where we're headed next. I warn you guys, 10-minute walk to the amphitheater, or Amphitheatro, I think that's how you say it. Obviously you have to go there because that's the gladiator ring of Pompeii. You gotta see it. Just letting you know, it's a little bit of a walk. Might want to go to the bathroom or get some water before you head over there. That's original. There's like a roadblock, but there's probably an aqueduct too. Wow. Okay guys, we finally made it to the amphitheater, or at least to the outside of the amphitheater. I don't know if we can go inside or not. The stairs are actually blocked off, so you can't go up, but I'm hoping we could just walk inside, or at least see inside from somewhere. Oh, there's an entrance right there. Someone's got to come back for the camera. So here's another entrance, and then it goes down, 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 down into, and I just saw someone in there, so you can definitely get in there. This is so cool. This is just how the Romans walked into the amphitheater. This is awesome. This is beyond awesome. This is so cool. Wow, that must have been the most psychedelic thing that ever happened. Pink Floyd at Pompeii. Wow. Right when you enter into the amphitheater, you can go to the left or to the right, and there's galleries. In the galleries is just pictures, artwork, and memorabilia from when Pink Floyd recorded a live performance here. I guess that's a video that you can get somewhere. It took them 4 nights to record Pink Floyd live at Pompeii in 1971. Could you imagine that trip? So thankfully you can come into the Great Amphitheater. The entrances run north to south if I didn't lose my geo-positioning. When the amphitheater comes into your view, just keep walking straight and there will be an entrance on your right. That's the closest entrance. Don't be like us and walk all the way to the far side and then come in that way. Although there is the Pink Floyd exhibit on that side. I'm guessing there might be some kind of exhibit on this side. I don't know yet. Let's go see. There's my family. Wow, that place was massive. Could you imagine some people battling to the death in there? Super sick. It is now 2 p.m. We got here at 9 a.m. which puts us at 5 hours in the game. We're almost done. It's the hottest part of the day. It was 84 degrees at 8 in the morning and it's 92 degrees right now. So pretty hot, not as hot as I expected it to be today, but it's still extremely hot. The last thing that we have left to do is to go check out Plaster Cast Body section. I recommend if you're coming in the summer, you guys get here as early as possible. Also, vlogging just makes you extremely tired. You should not be talking this much with this kind of enthusiasm and you're hot and tired and thirsty. Over here you can see there's a lot of unexcavated area. There's still a bunch of Pompeii to be dug up. Okay, we're on our way to the plaster cast area, also known as the Garden of Fugitives. In Italian, l'orto dei fugiasci. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, just remember I'm a American, so we do dumb stuff. I just attempted to do some research into figuring out why it's called the Garden of Fugitives, and I couldn't find anything, but I swear I once heard that a lot of the people that were left behind and didn't escape from the pyroclastic flow were fugitives or people who were in jail because other people got to escape. And if you were in jail, you can imagine you were the last person or the last priority of people to be saved, which is sad, but to me that makes sense. And I swear I heard it somewhere. My 30-second Google search didn't produce any results. Keep getting lost. I do not think this is l'orto dei fugiasci. Definitely is something we should check out. This looks pretty authentic right here. It's crazy. If that's authentic, it's pretty dope how the carving just has all the detail there still. And then the backside is just rough. Shout out to my dudes right here. 3 wise men. We're still on our way to l'orto dei fugiasci, but I figured I would share a little bit of information with you guys while we're on our way walking there. So if you're unable to come early in the day, I definitely recommend you get the skip line priority pass. It's like 13 euros and you can only get it online. Luna was only 3 euros because she's a bambino, she's 7. Whew, I'm super winded, guys. But when we got here super early, about 8:30, there was only 3 people in line and the line was moving quite quickly, so it was unnecessary because I think the entrance without the fast pass is like 3 euros, 5 euros, something super cheap. Finally found it, and let me tell you guys, it was not easy to find this place. It's on the outermost southish along the wall brim thingy, and here it is in a special glass case. L'orto dei fugiasci. Unfortunately, since they are encased in glass and it's super sunny outside right now, there's a lot of reflection. It's just not gonna look as good on the camera as it does with my eyes, but I'll do my best. So there's 2 people laying on each other. I don't know what this guy's doing. Looks like he's having trouble breathing, maybe. Laying down. Oh, this person was in some pain. Cuddled up. Oh man, it's so sad. Look, on this figure here, you can make out a face. And I think you can see hair. Oh, and some kids. Bummer. Streets are tough out here, especially when you live near a volcano in 79 AD. So, well, I definitely do recommend you come to El Orto de Fusiasi to check out the body cast. Severely underwhelming, like severely underwhelming. There's 3 or 4 casts in the forum that you can see on the left side behind bars or whatever, and you can actually see those much better because these ones that are behind glass has a gnarly reflection. I mean, go check it out, but like if you're super tired and it's super hot and it's likely super hot and you just want to beat it, I don't think it would be worth trekking all the way across Pompeii to go see it. Also, if you're over at the amphitheater, you might as well just come over here because it's close to the amphitheater. Both of those things are very far from any of the entrances. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Tomorrow is our last day in Massa Lebrenze, and we're actually going to spend most of the day traveling to Rome. So tune in tomorrow to see our travels to Rome, and then get ready for 3 days in Rome. We're going to do what we do, continue to educate and inspire. Please like, comment, subscribe, and remember to stay on a good vibe. Reezy fam out. Peace.